Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard.
And I'm John.
And today, John, we're going to talk about Goblin Slayer episode 11.
Awesome.
So if you guys haven't seen this episode yet, spoilers ahead.
And if you enjoy our episodes and our reviews, consider subscribing. And let's get this episode started. So Richard, last time, Goblin Slayer found some footprints.
Yep, right next to the farm. So
yeah,
definitely
not looking good.
Yeah, not looking good at all. So yeah, it looks like the farm is kind of in danger. So let's go ahead and talk about the farm girl. Him warning the farm girl about it. I did find it interesting that she decided she wanted to stay behind. And on the one hand, I kind of understand because that farm is probably all that her uncle and herself have. And I also understand the fact that, she probably wants to stay there to kind of force the Goblin Slayer to do everything in his power to protect that place.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe she had too much trust.
Right. But, and see, like, I get that, but at the same time, it's just like, you're putting yourself in a lot of danger here for that. And, I understand where you're coming from, but if I were the Goblin Slayer, I'd be like, no, you guys need to go. Like, this is...
Yeah,
I'm not kidding around.
Be a little enthusiastic about it and force them out of there.
Yeah, like even probably go so far as to pick her up and be like, "Hey, Uncle, we all need to we need to go."
just one under each arm and
right,
just take off.
Right. But no, like seriously, I would probably, if I were the Goblin Slayer, I would probably do my best to tell her and him you guys really need to leave. Like I can't guarantee that you're going to protect. I will be able to protect this place, but
so just run doesn't cut it.
Yeah, go to the city. Yeah, just leave from this place until I can, kill all the goblins and make this place safe again. So, in any case, but whatever. I mean, if she wants to stay, I guess that's her decision. But whatever. So, as I said, one of the reasons for her staying is probably to have the Goblin Slayer do everything in his power, which in this case would include asking all the other adventurers, like, hey, there's a huge goblin army coming this way, including possibly a goblin lord, so I need your all's help, which is kind of a surprising thing, because that's not very typical of Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer is just kind of the loner, type of guy, so... With that being said, though, I did find it, I guess, kind of odd that the adventurers kind of just brush this off because they were just like, oh, goblins, whatever, it doesn't matter. And the idea of a goblin lord did kind of get them a little uncomfortable, but even then they were just kind of like, whatever, I really don't care. Which I thought it was kind of odd because I get that there's a difference between adventurers and heroes, but even still, if you're facing an imminent goblin attack on this farm, which is right next to this city, I'd be a little bit concerned. I'd be like, I don't want all these goblins invading this city, the city. So it's kind of weird how they reacted. So
it's almost like an ant farm moving in.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, we can just go step on them whenever.
Right. But it's so much more than that, as we'll see here in a little bit. But in any case, moving on to the battle, it felt kind of underwhelming for me, I guess, because possibly because I read the manga already. I already know what kind of happens, and
so it was different, totally.
Well,
I guess,
not.
Or just
it was just
took
really
a different direction.
It was really just toned down. Like the events still happened the way that they were supposed to, but it's just for the anime they really toned it down, which I kind of understand, I guess. Could be possibly, and I'm just kind of theorizing here, maybe they received a lot of backlash from the first episode, and how graphic it was, I guess. So, and I've kind of noticed that too. Ever since the first episode, it just hasn't seemed as, violent, I guess, which, I guess for some people that might be okay, but that's kind of why I was watching this. So...
Well, they probably might have did it for the shock value to draw you in, hey, look what we got, kids.
But, the shock value is still there even after, or at least it's supposed to be still there, even after that first episode, but whatever, I guess. But either way, I just wasn't really feeling it.
It had the hype, though, starting off.
Yeah,
it definitely did. So.
That's true. And this battle, I guess this is why I'm so disappointed, too, because this battle is what I was really looking forward to when this series got first announced for an anime. So I was just like, man, this... I'm just not really feeling it. But and to emphasize that point, one example is the meat shields scene. Got really toned down. Like it, I was like really surprised. But again, it could just be backlash from the very first episode. Because I would imagine within that time frame, they probably would have had
time to censor things.
yeah.
And edit.
So, but even still, it was kind of surprising. But on a positive note, though, I do like how the adventurers like had all these counterattacks in place. All thanks to the Goblin Slayer, of course. You know, he was planned everything out pretty much. He knew exactly what they were going to do. He couldn't take the goblins on by himself out in the open because he wasn't really trained for that. He was more trained to take them all out, you know, with smaller groups in caves.
Yeah, in caves and tunnels.
So it is interesting that he was able to come up with all these counterattacks for the entire group. And like, okay, when you see this happen, when you see these goblin raiders, you know, stick up your the barricades and everything, and like right at the last second, and you'll be able to get him. So stuff like that. I mean, it really shows how intelligent he is. He just couldn't do all this by himself. So, but yeah, overall, I would say this episode was kind of meh, maybe even more kind of like because just again, I was kind of just disappointed how toned down everything was. I mean, I get it if you know if some people were complaining or whatever, but for me, I'm just like, this is what I'm here for, and I'm not really getting.
Maybe they'll have that Blu-ray release for you. Maybe they'll include all that back in there.
Yeah,
for you.
I mean, if I decide to even get the Blu-ray, I don't know at this point. But in any case, well, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you guys think about this episode in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about. Do you guys agree with me on like the tone, how it's got toned down, the violence and everything? Like, is that okay with you guys, or did you want the violence in there? I mean, let me know.